everyone to episode number 4 of the D-Range podcast. Today we have two very special guests on the show, the founders of Infiniti Kids, John and Gerann. So maybe to start,
maybe you all can introduce yourself.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Jonathan. I'm a teacher by training. Also the head coach of Infiniti Kids. So I take charge of the programs and the coach development of my coaches, Infiniti Kids. Yeah. So together with Gerann, we are also softball coaches at various schools in Singapore. Yeah.
Okay, hi, my name is Gerann. So I'm a softball coach. I met Jonathan at work. Yeah, so we came up with this idea. I've been through a lot of CCAs when I was younger. Yeah, softball being one of them that I actually kind of succeeded in. Tried soccer, failed. Tried badminton and failed. So that's the reason why we started Infiniti Kids together lah. Is to actually expose a number of kids to different sports when they're younger, so that when they grow older, they know what they can actually pursue and what's better for them lah.
So that means the starting of this idea was when you were talking and you shared this was very you wanted to try a different number of sports, and that's how you all came up with the idea, is it?
Yeah. So the whole, I think the main idea is exposing young children to different sports lah. I think our approach a bit different. He was more into trying different sports and then eventually specializing and being good at it. So a bit more on the performance side. My side was just spreading the joy and the love of sport, and then eventually leading you to a healthier lifestyle, right? Because I don't know if you all come across this term called physical literacy, right?
yes.
Where you get so it's the main thing is being motivated, competent, and confident to do physical activity. So and doing many sports is a medium to that. Yeah. So when the kids are exposed to different sports, they enjoy it. Hopefully they'll continue to pursue it as they grow older. Then they will continue to lead a happy lifestyle. Yeah, but for Gerann it's more find out the sport I like and then specialize and then doing well. Then yeah. Yeah.
So tell us more about how Infiniti Kids work. What do you all do exactly on a day-to-day basis? What do the kids do? What kind of things you all have?
Yeah, so of course our main things are classes, our academy, and in our academy, so the kids do a different sport every month. So our full program is 10 months, so they do 10 different sports, and each session consists of circuits and different fundamental movement skills. So that is the building block of your different sports and exercises, right?
Fundamental movement skills, like running.
Yeah, so they're
lifting.
running, kicking, jumping, leaping. Okay, it's a lot lah.
Okay.
Yeah, it also includes your object manipulation skill, throwing a ball, catching a ball, using a racket, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So all these 4 other fundamental movement skills, and they form the basis of whatever you want to do in future. So the kids go through all that in our lessons, in our classes. Then they also play a lot of fun games. So kids learn a lot through fun and games, and so they picked up all the sports skills, all the movement skills, but also I think more importantly the values lah, right? They pick up. When we see kids argue, they don't take turns, they don't want to line up. That's where
Conflict mediation.
Yeah.
Teacher conflict mediation also.
Also, the teachers were actually, the coaches were like, okay, you all have to teach
Yes.
them.
So social skills, right? Always part of it, and something that I also always tell my coaches, you gotta look out for these teachable moments. Yeah, it's not just about sport. I think it's always more than just sports.
Yeah. Right. It's more like the values and the lessons they learn behind.
Developing character through sports.
Yeah, definitely. I think even though they are young, but there's always the potential. You think that they don't understand, but actually they do. Right, you have kids, you you teach them something, you model, they will pick it up very quickly also.
Wow. So that means you have to choose your coaches very carefully lah, right?
Yes.
I mean, then do they go through this kind of training, what to teach, how to teach, and what are some teachable moments you need to look out for? Because all these are very, once the moment gone, it's very hard to get back already.
Right. I mean, we are also coaches ourselves, and I have a teaching background, and I think when we hire our coaches, other than having a background in sports and coaching, we also make sure they are good people, right? And then
Of course, they
yeah.
must love kids first.
Yeah.
Of course, the passion
That will be
for
the
children must
prerequisite,
be
right?
there.
Yeah. You must love kids. Yes.
Correct, yeah. And after that, then we go to when we train them, we say, hey, some things you must look out for. Even after the lesson, we do a debrief. You know, like
Right. What
we
can be
pick
done
up,
better?
yeah, what we've done better. Pick up certain moments. Hey, you know, they found this boy doing that. Like, could you have addressed it at that point of time? Like, that kind of thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's always a conscious effort to pick up all these teachable moments.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I think over time the coaches they understand. They know what to pick up for. Yeah, and that's where we are today.
How many coaches do you guys have right now?
7.
Wow, it's quite a big team, 7.
27.
Yeah,
Wow.
5, 7.
7
Yeah,
coaches.
come and go lah. I mean,
Okay.
some will
Right.
come and go.
Okay.
And the coaches are probably so to say, they are well versed in multi sports.
Kind of lah.
Enough to teach.
Yeah.
Enough to teach
So-
the kids.
okay.
So because we're not specialized, so
Yeah.
they don't have to be really
You don't
good
have to
at
be,
Yeah.
like an academy coach,
correct.
So
Yeah.
they got range also, yeah.
Yeah, range. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, John. How did Infiniti Kids, like this concept of your brand, how did this concept birth?
How did you birth?
Yeah. What gave you the idea, that hey, you can throw kids to a lot of different sports and teach them like character building or
Maybe personally, as I was thinking back also, right? I mean, as a PE teacher by training, I also like to teach. My passion also lah to teach kids
also to teach.
a lot of sports. But if I think back personally, like I remember a time when I was younger, right? Then go void deck and you play all kind of different
Yeah.
games. The void deck soccer, you go to the field, whatever
Yeah.
there's there, you just play.
Yeah.
Right?
that's true.
And my father also helped me lah, right? Helped me along, sports equipment here and there, just go down and play, badminton in open air.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of thing, right? And I
Exactly.
think we don't really see that.
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
often.
We don't see that these days. Kids
Yeah.
don't even play barefoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
precisely.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Nowadays-
Remember to the barefoot soccer.
Yeah.
I always encourage my kids to play barefoot.
Yeah. The playground. Then all the other mothers will be like, oh, why so dirty? Because they see our kids feet all black. Right?
Yeah.
My kids also
Yeah,
barefoot.
yeah, his feet also black.
Because I work barefoot.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But I think that's a very good idea, like having drawing back on your own childhood, like last time you tried so many things and then now kids don't even, I think all they do is like just
Correct.
Yeah.
I think a
so-
lot of.
yeah. What's the youngest age that you all do?
Not
I
about
got 2 classes though. One is 3 to 5.
3, yeah, around 3.
3 to 5.
Three
Oh.
years old.
And then
About
3 to 5 and then
All to oldest, we got about 7. About 7 years old.
okay.
What's
So-
the cutoff? What's like the
yeah,
cap?
what's the cap?
Yeah, I mean it was
What's
always,
considered not a kid?
It was always an area for debate, but to me we should stop before primary school, because when they go primary school they already
Yeah, they're
exposed,
always,
right?
Oh, okay.
But we still get people who come in at P1,
Oh.
P2, and they say, hey, yeah, let's take them in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but also to some extent we see their ability lah, right? Because ours is so social, it's not competitive, and
Yes.
there are parents who
Yeah.
actually look for that.
Oh,
I have parents who say, hey, I want something very social,
Yes.
like no competition. Like, hey,
Yeah.
come, let's come.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
very good. It is actually quite rare, I mean, I don't know. I was thinking most parents would be like, I wanted to excel and
There are those also.
they have.
Actually,
Then how do y'all-
more often, do you guys get this sort of parents, like the one they are looking to get a comparative advantage for
There
their
are
kids.
They are.
Yeah,
I
right.
think
Yeah.
not at the 3 to 5 years old, but more when they're older, like 6 to 8.
Yeah.
They see that their kid
Can do-
doing better than the rest.
And they want to push them
Yeah,
follow for
correct,
me, right? Yeah,
correct,
yeah.
correct.
So when they come to you, how do y'all shift them towards social is better instead at this point, at this age, how do y'all I mean
Do that lah.
Because you are the sort of the performance side of the.
yeah.
No, I think we just let them be for a while. Sooner or later when they realize that when the kids that are better, they are the best kid there, right? We generally help the kids that are not so good. with the things.
Oh,
Like towards the start, maybe you can see them like trying to win everybody.
I
Yes.
see.
But then towards the end, when you let them be, they realize like, okay, come I help you.
Oh, wow,
Come,
so
come,
cute.
I show you how to do.
Oh, wow. So they eventually like learn how to
Learn how to teach.
mentor. So wow,
You
that's
get
very
better
nice.
as you teach also.
Yeah.
Then the parents, do they change their perspective?
Wow, parents
Or they're like, oh, you're gonna be a good coach now.
I think the parents' perspective only changed with the kids' demands. More like, hey, mommy, I'm the best, or you know.
Yeah.
Then after that, now it's be like, oh, mommy, today I help him, you know, something like that. So after a while, you realize that actually it's also like it takes the kids, you know, it's not just the parents. So like whatever the kids tell the parents, like the parents make them feel like, okay, I think my son needs to be in a more competitive environment. But once the kids like say like, okay, like you know, I'm here helping everybody, then the parents will be like, okay, good, you know, you can teach your Mimi next time, you know, things like this. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Social skills also.
Yeah.
You know how to interact with other kids. Learn how to
Yeah.
teach others also. That's I feel that is something better than bringing up like the next competitive generation. Like cause like in my line of work, I also meet parents that actually 99% of the time that if the parents were to send their kids for personal training, wow, such thing one. Last time during our time, no such thing.
Yeah.
Last time personal training is you go downstairs play or play with your
by
friends.
yourself, yeah.
So anyway, like parents that send their kids for personal training, right? Usually the kids are already enrolled in a competitive sport.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are trying to
Have an edge lah.
have an edge, improve their their strength conditioning,
Yeah.
improve their like physicality on the
Their
field.
strength and
So it's very rare to actually see parents like say, hey, enroll just for fun. Enroll and have fun.
They are. I think they are.
But it's very rare lah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think we have some also. They know their kids have some challenges socially, and they use our classes as a means to for them to improve.
Okay, like special needs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we've seen it. Quite a few. He's laughing because when we started, it was it was
A huge number of kids. Like,
Yeah, quite. Yeah, so we were like, okay.
Oh, okay.
But never mind. So we pushed through like persevered through, and of course we learn along the way. We're not experts with SEN, but we persevered, and at the end of it, right, the kids turn out. They change, they really change for the better, and we see the improvement. Just like when you coach for someone for almost a year, you see the improvement.
See the start and when.
How they behave at the start, like they can only take instructions. They don't want to play with the friend, but at the end of it, or even through the middle towards the end, they turn better. They behave much better. They are more focused. Can pay attention.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, this is cool.
Wow, so you
this
feel
is
very affirmed.
interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
it was
this-
quite drastic though. Like,
Yeah.
So for example, I'll give you like when we were setting up the cones for a circuit or something, right? So you just come and kick all the cones
Oh, wow.
That's the start.
at the start.
At the start.
When they didn't know
And
how to-
you cannot scold them at this
Yeah.
age. It's like if you do this in secondary school, it's like
Yeah.
kena already,
Yeah.
So it's like you have to talk to him nicely. So we set out to kick, I think towards the end he becomes like he's the one like keeping the equipment.
Oh.
He's the one like telling everybody cannot kick.
Wow.
So it was
Wow.
but it was a very big challenge at the start for us also. Because we didn't know how to manage like
Special needs kids.
this,
yeah.
Yeah, but you all learn along the way lah. So that means you have been getting a lot of kids with special needs also.
I mean, there are. It's not. I wouldn't say
Not
a lot,
lah.
but every once in a while we still we get them.
I can see why like parents of
Yeah.
special need kids, right? They actually see merit in
Yeah,
programs like that.
yeah.
Because if they were to
socially-
throw their kids into like a
Correct.
academy,
Yeah,
like a sports
they
academy,
won't survive.
Yeah, totally different.
they'll be ostracized.
Yeah.
And then those academy coaches, they are more like very performance based, right? Like, hey, why you not performing? Why you not
Yeah.
performing?
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, make me also, see the merits in like the social skills that even kids with who are socially challenged lah. They can benefit greatly from your programs like that. also.
Yeah. I mean, end of the day, you just remember they're kids lah.
Yeah.
Right? They just want to have fun,
Yeah.
socialize with friends. Yeah,
And sports is just a means.
correct. Just a means.
I think most of the time it's more like the parents have expectations, right?
Yeah.
Which is like a bit more, I don't know, difficult to handle, I guess.
Yeah, I mean you have
Yeah, yeah.
you have your fashion,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, correct, yeah. So I mean, what was one of the most difficult,
Memorable.
or like,
Memorable experiences with a difficult parent for you
Oh, you're
guys.
so positive, memorable.
Memorable lah, like, memorable can be good or bad. What?
Yeah, that's true.
Parent,
Yeah, like those kind of like very demanding or like over the top kind.
You
And then
guys
like
have
did
any
they change? I don't know
stories?
lah. Maybe y'all can.
Actually,
Okay, on me, on
Or they're all
the
quite
over
okay.
the top, they usually don't come to us. Right. We got-
So the nicer ones come to y'all lah, is it?
The more understanding they know, they believe in what we're doing.
core
like,
values.
and what we're bringing to the kids. The over the top ones, I think if they know about what we do, they usually
They were like, no, not my thing.
yeah, like hey, this is what child's play.
Yeah. Oh.
That kind of thing.
Over the top. I think for myself, what
Yeah.
academy have. Like so, I remember there was this kid like he wants to play softball.
Sorry,
Like,
how old is the kid?
I think primary one.
Okay.
Primary one. Next year,
Six,
primary
six,
one.
seven,
Oh,
six,
six,
seven.
seven.
Primary one.
Six,
So
seven.
like he wants to play softball so that he can have a better chance in going to a better primary school.
Right.
So I was
Oh.
telling the parent like you shouldn't be focused at this like like why don't you try the multi sports first? Then after you see like how he is with different sport and you make that judgment for him lah.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like no,
Oyo.
softball only.
Oyo. Wow.
So it's very
okay.
hard to
Yeah,
like,
yeah. They already have that rigid mindset.
correct. So it's
Yeah.
like the fine line like okay, so do I do this so that I can earn money or do I do this so that it's beneficial for the kid?
Yeah.
So that's the hardest thing I feel.
Yeah. I think as business owners, it must be very difficult also sometimes, to like, because it's business, coming in to
right.
help a business. Yeah. Or like, I think.
Ultimately, like if I realize that we have to stick to what we
believe,
lah.
right? That's
Because
your-
like once we allow this to happen,
Yeah.
and once we go down that road, right, I don't think like can ever come back
I
from
agree.
there.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
true, that's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Like some clients come to me, like New Year, new me, or now December already, right?
Yeah.
Always got
Transformation.
always got the transformation request one. And actually that one is year round one. That one is year round one. Right, so inquiry come and say, oh, I want to lose fat game master. And then you look at the person and say, hey, maybe that's not the right goal for you at the right time. Right, so exactly at that. So it's like what Gerann just said, right? Like whether I should still stick to my core value or like, hey, what?
Give them what they want.
Give them what they want.
Yeah.
I think it's not that we cannot specialize lah. At some point in time they will specialize, but I think research shows also we recommend specialization around teenage years.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
Not so
14,
early.
15,
Yeah.
that kind.
Yeah.
If you want to stretch it, maybe 13 lah, sec 1. Yeah, but I think they tend to lose out more if they specialize too early. And then they get burnt out.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct. Yeah.
Have you read the book Range by David Epstein?
No.
No.
Hey,
Sorry.
That's exactly what you
Yeah,
said.
he
So
put that in his book, He said that, if you specialize too young, they will burn out after.
yeah, burnout.
Correct.
Yeah.
You increase chance of injury as well because it's repetitive stress, right? RSI. You get a
Yeah.
lot of repetitive movement, and then they don't develop properly because they are just playing one sport.
Yeah.
They don't expose themselves to a whole range of movement.
Yeah.
Like in fitness or in strength conditioning, we have some attributes, right? Like agility, quickness, explosiveness, strength, power, all this type of stuff. So if you play a certain sport, right, you are basically taking all the attribute points like playing RPG games, and then you just give attribute points to those traits that make your character good for the sport only. Right. So great book. I always recommend that book, man. When people, especially when I try to deal with people who have a very specialist mindset. Like they always think that specialization is the way to go. But specialization too early just basically put on, it's like blinders, or you just put on blinders and just go straight ahead. Like even for myself, like I used to play football quite competitively until an injury, then I decided, maybe I want to step away. But
Football is a dangerous sport.
it is. I mean, dangerous sport, but also because the position I was playing last time.
Oh.
It's quite a physical position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Physical position.
I was playing defending mid, like in front of the back four and DM in front of the back four. So you know that's a position that
Fight for
the
the ball,
pushing
right?
kind
ball, do the
Yeah.
dirty work, run back and forth.
Yeah.
So that position can be quite, and it is a very physical position.
Mm.
So anyway, got injured, then decided to step away. But then I found jiu-jitsu, even more physical. So actually, I like the physical aspect of the sport.
Yeah.
Of the sport, yeah. I like contact.
Yeah, he
sports.
cannot just sit still and he will like itching to go and
So range
Yeah,
then started
yeah.
football and then jiu-jitsu. But I mean, football is just one avenue for me to express myself, right? Because sometimes in secondary school, right, wow, scared. Got exam also don't care about exam.
go and play.
I come to school because after school I get to meet my friends and play football. You know, so
Yeah.
so even though like football was the goal for me last time, back then we were still playing different sport, like you said, play badminton outdoors.
Yeah.
Right, that's an experience I think most kids don't get.
Yeah.
Like they play indoor courts where the conditions are perfect.
Yeah.
And you have no idea playing outdoor is
When
totally
there's
different. When the wind,
yeah,
the wind comes, then you need to
You
change
don't which side to
direction.
stand,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
get
yeah.
advantage.
Or you learn how to read the wind,
Yeah.
so you
Yeah.
play the shortcut to your advantage. So all these skills are very unique in a sense.
Yeah.
Super unique.
Yeah. But I mean, like as coaches yourself, do you all have like specializations in the things that you do? I know PE teacher, you
Our sports background. Yeah, for myself,
Wow.
my background is in squash. Played squash.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
since
racket
sec
Hey,
one.
sport.
people say squash very good, like.
Yeah, it's a
People
very
say. I mean, Google says.
intense lah.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, it's
intense
Squash is
sport lah.
intense, right?
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
so cause not common sport.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Squash is super
I tell you,
intense.
squash, you also cannot tell me you want to play me because
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't know,
yeah.
probably don't know how to play.
Yeah.
So when I entered secondary school, that's the sport I started
Oh.
and competed
Competitively.
in all the way. Like, actually, I played 20 years already.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
so-
that's your specialization.
Yeah, so now it's more social lah. People show me, they just go play that kind.
Wow.
Because you got 20 years under your
Yeah
belt.
lah,
Yeah,
you
something
dare
like
to say
that
no.
lah.
So what kind of player are you? Like are you like more of a like finesse or more like aggressive?
Started with more power.
More power,
hard
right? I
hit,
think that's
yeah.
a good base to build from.
Yeah, but I mean, I was known, don't say known lah.
Oh
people
no,
see
20
me
years
Technique,
terrible.
more for like persevere, don't give up lah. Like,
Oh.
I'm not naturally
Stamina.
talented. Yeah, I'm not,
Technical,
I'm not,
you say?
no, I'm not naturally talented. So I try to overcome with mental strength lah. Being mentally stronger than the other
That
person.
means what? Just keep going
Yeah, just keep
Because you
going.
can keep you
Oh.
can
Yeah, just
you
keep
can have
going.
long rallies one.
Yeah, force the guy
So-
into a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Rather
Yeah.
than
Oh.
I play
Play the long game Play
Yeah,
the long
something
game.
like that.
Literally challenge the person's
Yeah, something like
conditioning.
that. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, then after that, then never. You still continue squash, right?
Social lah, social.
Oh, social lah.
very
Oh.
social.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my specialization.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
nice. How about
Yeah.
yourself?
I play softball.
Oh yeah, like cause
But
you're the softball coach.
When I was younger, same soccer.
Soccer.
Soccer was the era. Soccer tried, but cannot lah. Soccer very hard. I think then after that I tried to do track and field, badminton also. Like the things that you play for
Yeah.
downstairs and I avoid that. Then I think
Oh,
secondary
socially.
school I did water polo and softball.
Wow.
Then I decided to just do softball lah.
Wow. What made you decide softball is the
Okay, I
one?
think mainly because like water polo trainings was wake up 6 a.m. go inside swimming pool.
Straight to the pool. That's
Sorry
the-
guys, cannot. It was an everyday thing.
Yes.
I tried it for like 1-2 years, then I
Every day.
cannot. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But I think the good thing about water polo that I really miss, right, is like it's quite easy. Like you just wear swimming trunks and
Just go
Just
inside
jump
and
just
then
play.
and just.
Yeah.
Water polo, the sport quite physical also, right? Like like
Underwater.
underwater,
Yeah,
there's a lot of
they-
things
they-
going on. Like
Yeah,
cut the
yeah.
trunks.
Cut the
Oh,
trunk.
they tug
Yeah.
the
Oh,
trunk.
They wear
Like,
2 or
oh,
3,
yeah,
2 or 3
Yeah, they
trunks,
wear
yeah.
2 or 3.
yeah, pull your
Yeah.
swimming
They pull your
trunks
trunks.
Yeah.
Oh really? I
and
didn't
you
know
like
that.
squeeze the balls there.
Ah, really?
So
Ah?
So a lot of
everything that goes on
techniques
underwater.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Then the referee cannot. There's no referee.
Underwater,
Cannot see. Cannot see underwater.
Then like that
Yeah.
quite smelly lah the game.
Very, very.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so cause I know some national swimmers and also some clients. Me back in the past, they used to play water polo.
Wow.
They used to tell me stories like that. In poly lah. You know, I see. I mean, even in poly, cause back then when I studied in poly, right, the gym that I train at, there's a pool outside. Singapore Poly. You can see the water polo team. They train like intense one.
Yeah.
Like what you said in the pool, 6 a.m. they do laps. Then after that they come in back to the afternoon. Then they do the technique work. So the 6 a.m. is just
The warm up.
getting mileage. No, just mileage, just doing your strokes. You know, then come back in the afternoon to do the gameplay. Like they play small matches. So it's like it's pretty intense. And I really respect the work ethic of swimmers. Yeah. I mean, even though some of the training philosophy or the training techniques can be questionable, like is it really need to train this hard? No, but I think there's for kids these days or even like for youngsters, I think there's a merit to it. I really teach them to just persevere. You know, even though you are faced with adversity. But very interesting, water polo.
Yeah.
But I say it's a very physical sport. But I think it's like, okay, I'm actually this height when I was primary 6. So
That's very tall.
when I play water polo in Sec 1 and Sec 2, I can bully people. You know.
Yeah. But the span really.
But when I reached Sec 3, I cannot. Right? I was thinking like, when is it my turn to grow again? So I think like, So I remember we had a coach like that was like 2 meters something. When he reached out.
Is he a local guy? No.
No, like China.
Oh,
When
wow.
he reached out his hands and and if you really
Block the
follow,
goal, which position?
I was like a centre forward lah. So it's like same like you. So like water polo, right, when they attack, they always form like this semicircular formation with one guy in the middle. So they just wait to see opportunities. If they can shoot, they shoot. Or no, they just drop the ball to the centre forward to attack. So I was pretty big at the point of time. So like I was in that position lah. But when I reached Sec 3, like
You went to the side.
outside.
Everything normalized really.
Yeah, so I think that was one of the reasons why I also stopped there.
So we're playing softball at the same time.
Yeah.
Together at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So your master must be very developed. One overhand throw, one underhand throw. Like cause softball they launch the ball underneath, not like baseball. Softball they launch the ball underneath.
Is it like badminton?
No.
Totally different.
Have you seen how they pitch in softball before? So the hands go a few rounds.
One round.
Oh, one round. Oh, you only allowed one round.
Yeah.
A few is in cartoon lah, right?
I remember the softball. I remember softball pitch, right, because I think there was this book by Daniel Coyle called Culture Code or like the Sport Gene by David Epstein. I forgot which book already. They cause back quite some time ago, right, there was this baseball player that challenged a female US softball pitcher. And then I think they were having a wager to say that I forget what was it called. Sorry, American sports. I got no idea what position that is. Like probably the batter or something. And then anyway, the story was that he couldn't bat any of her pitch.
Why?
Just because of the trajectory of the ball is very different in baseball. You know, because it's the ball is coming from under.
I see.
And then before they release the ball, they have
the magic fingers.
They will spin or sorry, American sports, I don't really know what term they use. Like in baseball they say like curveball or like I don't know what kind of ball. I only know curveball.
Oh wow.
I don't play baseball. But softball also quite intense.
Yeah, but I'm very, very, very curious. How do you, when you're a young person, how do you decide that you want to specialize in softball?
Okay, I think it was more of I wanted to be good at something. So I tried like I said soccer, then after track. I was fast can run straight. But then badminton. So I think why softball and water polo, because I realized that I was actually good at throwing. After a while, like I cannot really kick, cannot really play badminton, I cannot. So I realized that throwing was more of like the thing that I was pretty good at.
You can throw. Okay.
So that I think like all this experience made me realize that why we supposed to start the Infiniti Kids.
Right.
Like to actually break down the different like fundamental movement skills of different sport. So I think we came up with something where we like, if let's say you're good at throwing, like you're good at jumping, maybe you should explore these sports.
Oh.
Yeah, so that is what we did lah. I think from the life experience that we have now, I think him being said like his endurance through squash, and my experience of like finally realizing that I'm actually good at throwing, at 15, then to make me realize that okay, this is what I should have done lah.
Oh, but actually 15 is still quite young at the age to realize. I mean, to start and realize that you're good at this.
Motivated.
Yeah, very motivated.
Driven,
yeah, like people like me, until at this age, I don't know what I'm good at. You know what sports I'm good at. Everything I try also like, not so good. You know, so like I still need time to go and explore. Yeah, but I mean 15 is a very young age. But I can imagine a lot of people, they don't get the chance to decide like, I'm good at this. A lot of times it's just external feedback, like parents say, oh, you should try this, you should do this.
Your father got influence you?
No, I think it was the school culture though.
Oh.
Like the
what
like
school?
So which school?
AC.
Oh,
I
AC also.
think the
okay.
ACS school culture, like you see your teammates like
They sell koyok.
like this guy, oh I got gold, that guy I got gold. I think like last time in secondary school was like
The peer pressure lah.
correct.
Some more boys' school,
Yeah,
Right,
it's
boys'
quite
school.
competitive
Yeah,
actually.
seriously.
Must be
The
super
culture
competitive.
of to me, I won't say competitive lah, more the culture of excellence lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's in your school motto also,
The song
Yeah.
lah, is it?
the best is yet to be.
That's to me,
yeah. All the
Yeah.
It started because of that. Like when you realize that, wow, you're so good then, what am I good at? Huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, that kind, yeah.
And it's not like they were slacking then, like it's not like they were super talented.
Yeah.
Everyone worked hard.
Yeah.
So when we're CCA, right, you see everyone training together and they really
Camaraderie,
work.
right?
Yeah, they really
Also
work
want to be-
hard also.
You all
you
just
know.
want to get that goal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
correct.
Yeah.
feel that.
Wow.
Don't even say in boys' school. Last time in secondary school, in class, like cause my class last time got a lot of track and field athletes.
Yeah.
So I remember every year when we take the NAFA test, right, the standing broad jump. If you don't jump above 2.6 or 2.7, right, you kena laugh at one.
Oh really? Yeah.
Because got a lot of good jumpers from my class one. So those jumpers they jump well beyond 3 meters one.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wow, 3 meters.
Beyond the net
Standard,
lah, basically beyond
Ah,
the
beyond
Wow.
the net. That's the standard. 2.8. If you don't jump 2.8, you gonna laugh already. So like you say not say pressure lah, just
Yeah.
Like you just want to be.
just the what do you call that? Just want to do well. You know. Yeah.
Wow.
ACS.
Yeah. So like you have a kid, right? Your
Yeah.
son,
Uh-huh.
right? So do you expect the same from him also? Like, will you enroll him in your Infiniti Kids thing?
Yeah, I think I would.
You would lah.
Yeah,
Don't you
like I
coach
think
him?
like what we okay, maybe I won't coach him lah.
Yeah.
That's I think it's a bit different, right? When
Yes.
your
Yeah.
parents coaching
Yes.
you. You also learn how to take instructions from
Other
authority. Yeah, different authority. That's something that good for kids to learn also. Yeah, so like what we said, it's also more of like a social thing. Getting out there, being active. Right, that's about it. I mean, I don't need him to be super good at something. Like, at least not when he's young, right? Yeah, but really just to enjoy. That's the merits of different sports lah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just finding the example for Gerann. The softball example. The book is called The Sports Gene, also by David Epstein.
I read that.
You read that?
Yeah.
Do you remember the example? The softball pitcher was called Jenny Finch. Jenny Finch. Yeah.
She's
She
a,
very-
like,
very well known.
national athlete, yeah.
National athlete. Yeah, US. Yeah, US
Yeah,
softball. Yeah, Jenny Finch. So I was just finding the article. Sorry,
You just need to get it out of the system. Yeah. Oh.
sorry, cliffhanger. I need to get it out.
Yeah.
It's like the moment where you like, what's this? What's this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think like,
I
wow,
got the
cannot
name,
sleep
I got the
because of
name.
that. Yeah. Wow, so how old is Infiniti Kids now?
2 years.
2?
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 years.
2 years, but with plenty of COVID in between.
Plenty of pauses lah. Oh, okay. Wow.
How
But-
has
Yeah.
how has COVID changed like the way Infiniti Kids has conducted some of the programs for the kids?
I think when COVID came,
I think for us initially at the start when we launched this, right, we got quite a big
People coming in.
yeah, people coming.
yeah,
Then when COVID happened, right, we couldn't do anything. But I think COVID like worked well for us because we had time to stop and think like what we can move forward.
Right.
Yeah, because we just started, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this stuff thing happened, and we also didn't want to do online lessons because I think it defeats the purpose.
Yeah,
Like,
correct.
Like we do this to take the kids away from the
Got gadgets, yeah.
and we just want to like utilize like okay, COVID already, then do Zoom.
Since everyone is doing Zoom,
like
we might as well do Zoom.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
I
you want
like
to
that.
set full pause first lah.
Yeah, because it's really quite hard to engage kids that
Yeah.
age through a screen. Like,
That's not real learning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
impossible. I mean, even for me, even like now I have
Yeah.
Zoom meetings and all that. I'm like,
So
Yeah, we have to
not-
start using
I'm
phone.
Here, I'm here, but my
Yeah,
one is
yeah.
not here.
Yeah.
yeah. So we didn't want to move in that direction. So we stop and like think on where we can move forward. Like what are the things we can do after like COVID.
Wow.
So like what we said, I think going online just defeats the essence and core of sports class.
I like that you all stood by the call. You know,
Yeah.
like, don't
Uh,
didn't went to like online.
Follow
Yeah,
everybody.
but I mean we continue to engage lah. We try our best to engage online. We had come up with videos, ideas, suggested activities for parents to do with their kid
Yeah, to do the
during
kids.
that time.
And
And
encourage
then
the
Sorry, do parents
Yeah.
actually do that activity? Or you won't know lah?
we won't know.
Please send a video
Yeah.
of yourself
This-
doing this
yeah.
activity with your kid.
Like lazy
Some do,
school.
some do.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
when,
wow.
when we came up with like you do this, then you
Giveaways,
get giveaway.
Yeah, giveaways. So we
Wow,
could
so the
have
motivation is extrinsic already lah. Basket.
Yeah.
But we just
Yeah.
wanted to try to see whether like the
Oh.
feedback from them, because like it's quite hard to to get a feedback if they don't
Yeah,
really do
yeah,
it.
I see.
So we realized that when we started to give away, the parents like did it, then we realized that it's actually quite fun.
Oh.
Then they realized that okay, during COVID, especially I think during circuit breaker, it's quite hard for the parents also.
Yeah. Circuit breaker was tough, man.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
circuit
yeah.
nobody did anything during circuit breaker.
Yeah.
Right?
It was just surviving only at that point. A lot of,
Correct.
yeah.
I mean, you cannot even go to the fitness corner and
Yeah,
exercise.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I closed it, right?
Yeah. was-
Suddenly during that period of time, everybody pick up running. Huh?
Yeah,
And
a lot of
cycling.
people running. That's the only thing you can do at that time. Yeah.
So I think circuit breaker was the reason why we started this. Because like I think for parents, young parents, right, who work and like just they don't really have much time for the kids. So when they really
Have
Yeah.
time.
time for the kids, then they realize
Yes.
that wow, it's actually not that easy.
Yeah. That's
So,
true.
so we,
Oh, that's a very good perspective to have.
Yeah.
I think interestingly, after every break, suspension, our demand and interest
Came up.
is quite high.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like during the suspension, everyone like, hey, I want to find out more about class. When's the next class? Then sorry, we all suspended. So we hold. So once class start,
Boom.
suddenly a lot of
Suddenly
people will come
inquiry.
for
Wow.
trials or whatever.
Wow.
So do they stay for the whole 10 months?
Varies lah. Some people
Oh.
want to commit, some people don't want. But I
Okay.
mean, the interest has always been high after a suspension, which I found it quite interesting. I never expected it. I thought it would actually just die off. But actually, after suspension, it picks up. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, very
Have pauses
interesting.
more often.
Hey, don't
Yeah.
say.
No, just joking.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious. Like so you all started this when before you had, when you had the idea when you were still in a full-time job. Then you left your full-time job and to do this lah. Right? Is it?
Yeah.
Did I get the?
Yeah, kind
Correct.
of like.
Okay, but what made you so certain that you want to do this and to leave the stability of your job?
At that point in time,
Yeah.
I mean that season, I thought it was good. It was suitable lah for me.
Like break for
Partially,
you?
yeah,
or what?
partially break. Like also was quite tired, burnt out at work.
No, okay.
I thought it was a good change, but still doing something that I'm passionate and interested in. Working with an age group which not so familiar, getting out of your comfort zone, but still in the area where I'm familiar. Right, it's not totally different. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, commitment wise, not so much lah. Like the kid haven't come along, that kind of thing, and also time for me to pick up new skills professionally. Something which I think as a teacher, unless you push yourself, you will not you just be very comfortable
Yeah.
day in day out, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
And I think through the experience, you could ask him lah, like a lot of things that I couldn't do very well at the start. He's the more of a business guy. I'm not. Yeah, so
Play to each other's strength, right?
Yeah. So we learn along the way. I mean, I learned along the way. Learn from him as well. And then I think just as a professional, as a person, I've grown and see things a bit differently also. Yeah.
How do you guys meet? Never really asked. Schoolmates.
No, like he was like I was I applied for a coaching role at a school, and he was like a teacher in charge.
Okay. So then how do you all have the idea of like, hey, we should do this together? You know?
I think it was more of the when
Y'all
I
just
realized
kept
that like when we have people wanting to join like softball, I just feel like if she could have joined another sport, it would be better for her, and I have no say, you know.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But I think it resulted in that, like because I mean in Sec 1, right, you join like, oh, you think this is fun, you join. But then after you like as a coach, you receive the students, you'll be like, okay, I'll do my best lah. If you really like the sport, like as much as like the CCA scene in schools are really competitive, like national schools. Other than national schools, there's nothing for the non-school team people. So it was more like, okay lah, I just teach you the sport. At least like you have a good memory of it. So then I was like thinking like, if let's say this person like she could have like joined like badminton or something, or another sport, it'd be a lot better for her. So like softball is quite demanding. Like you need to learn how to throw, you learn how to catch, you learn how to hit the ball, you learn how to run. Yeah, so it's really not easy lah for sport for anybody to just come in and try. Yeah.
So when you're like, so that's how you all started talking about like doing this. But was it like boiling for very long, or was it like a few months you all decided, okay?
No lah, it was like suddenly one day he was like, hey, anyway right, I think I want to stop working full time.
Oh wow!
I remember, I think it was that.
Oh,
it was during that time.
Oh, that's when you decided like, okay, let's just try lah.
Yeah, correct.
Wow.
But I think it was we had the same beliefs lah over like kids. That sparked the whole thing. Yeah, correct. It's like same one. It's like like you meet this girl, you go out, same belief, then okay lah, together.
Oh, so easy.
Same concept lah.
But so when it started, it was just two of you only like doing everything, the coaching, the weekends and all that. Wow. How long did that last until you all bring in new people and?
About a year back.
Wow.
I think once the classes picked up more kids, I think we can't do it by ourselves. We have to get coaches.
What was the class frequency? Sorry, is it every weekend or?
Weekends.
Oh, weekends only.
Correct.
So Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. So I think that initial, or rather not initial. I mean the plan is still to deliver classes on the weekdays to preschools.
Oh,
to go to preschools. And so we get a full week for our coaches. Yeah, so I think one thing we also wanted to contribute was to the coaches in Singapore who like to coach sports kids, give them a viable platform to work, right, to earn, and that's something that one of our goals also through this. Yeah, because as coaches we also want to contribute to the industry and see how we can take it further. I think this one area, one gap where coaching young kids a variety of sports, something that not really explored in Singapore yet.
I mean if you go to the Singapore Sports Institute's website, always looking for performance coaches.
And specialists and all that.
They don't see the merit in, people don't see the merit in develop like coaches setting the foundations for kids. All these are foundational years.
That's true. That's true.
You're right.
And to build a firm solid foundation, you need to get kids to do things right also.
I mean, I personally also believe in having kids explore different things when they're young. Whether the sports area not my area more like his area, but for me creatively, you want to try sand, let's try sand, you want to try clay, let's try clay, you want to do drawing, let's do drawing, draw with crayon, with marker, with whatever you want, draw with your finger, just trying different things. You don't have to specialize so young. Then I think over time the kid will just slowly learn to say I like this, I don't like this,
Yeah.
you know. But if I don't like this, I still don't mind trying, you know,
Yeah.
because like then at least it teaches them like, you know, it's okay that you don't do so well, and it's okay, at least you try. Yeah, I think those are values that are like very they don't teach that so much in classrooms, yeah, or sports schools and all that. You know, these are values that you pick up when you interact with people. Yeah, I think that's very important lah as a person, huh?
As a person,
Yeah.
totally. Or even like kids with ego issues. You know, they think that they think that just because they are great in one sport, they can be great in all sports.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Right, yeah.
Then you expose them to. I mean, those are obviously older kids that they already achieve a certain level of proficiency in their chosen domain. And they think that they are just because they are good in this certain domain,
They can
they
do
can
well
do
for
well in
others.
certain domain. Yeah, maybe some skills are transferable to some sports, but then as you go down the list of sports, then you realize that actually there are levels to this.
Yes.
You know, there are levels to this. Just because you are good at one thing doesn't mean you are good in everything.
Correct.
I think
Yeah.
that to me is an even bigger breakthrough for especially teenage boys.
Yeah.
Teenagers. I think that's very important, because I think like for me again, I go back to football because I play football quite competitively last time, and then when you see we are the same age, but how come this guy is so much better than me, then you realize that wow, there are levels to this.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think even as my job as a counselor, like you think you know so much about this particular area, then you realize like the more you know, the more you don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like a constant learning.
Just like earlier this week, right? You were talking about Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yeah. It's like wow, you just like get so blown away by the things that you don't actually know, and then but the fact that you have to keep growing, you have to keep exploring and trying, even if it's uncomfortable. Like what you said, it's uncomfortable, but just try lah. Yeah, I think that's a very good value that people need to continue building lah.
Yeah, I think in Singapore maybe not so encouraged, right?
Yeah.
Like, failure
This
is
is
not
what
really
you're good at.
Yeah,
Yeah,
safety,
safety.
security.
That's the mindset we grew up. I mean, even in school, that's what they preach, right?
Yeah,
I
correct.
think students are probably not taught how to fail often enough.
And they're not
Yeah.
given the opportunity to fail
Yeah,
safely.
the opportunity
Yeah.
to fail. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Because once they fail, it's like scrutinized and like
Scrutinize them.
Yeah.
then they have the fear of failing, and then they like yeah. But I really think sports is one of the best ways to fail safely. Like if you try and then you don't do so well, then you try again or you try something else, and that gives them the feeling like okay, it's okay, like I can still try this. Yeah, I really love that. Yeah. So what can we expect, in the next few years from yeah, will you all be expanding to older kids or like
Older kids are probably not lah.
No, just stick
definitely
to
Stick with
not. Yeah, because I think for older kids,
Different market.
probably it's a different market.
Market, yeah. I think so recently we got Gerann from Sports SG.
what? Congrats.
Congratulations.
Let's try lah, right? Let's try, So with the whole innovation thing coming along, we got some augmented, AR, augmented reality.
Yes.
This one
Yeah, not this
Augmented.
virtual reality. So this
Augmented means like in a setting.
Yeah, so it's
I
like real
see.
plus unreal
Yeah.
in the same setting.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are exploring the idea of sports and physical testing using this
Yeah.
augmented reality
Where would the
technology.
place be?
So it's quite mobile lah. Our setup is quite
Like a
mobile.
container.
Container. No, you can set up a projector.
Oh,
then
project. Okay,
have a
okay.
sensor,
I see.
screen. Then
I
you
see. Sorry, my concept was like, wow, you have this like this space to.
Can, hopefully, maybe one day.
Hopefully,
Maybe one day. Yeah.
So what were they? So the kids will be doing it or?
Yeah, so the whole idea is it tests different physical attributes of a child.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
using this technology, it's a bit like you play Xbox Kinect.
Oh, okay,
that kind of thing.
So like they get to do.
Something like that lah. So the activities that you do, I mean like game. So the activities that you do will kind of test some physical
Attributes,
attribute, jumping,
agility,
So it's-
reflex.
reflect coordination.
So, but then what's the
Okay.
purpose of
Yeah, so with our a bit hybrid, right? We have technology and then we have the physical classes, and then with in the whole program together, we hope to see the whole child what they are inclined towards, what they like, what they're inclined towards.
Okay.
So when parents come and take a look at the classes, they see the whole thing like, hey, he likes soccer, he really likes soccer, he hates basketball, okay, fine. But then you look at your physical attributes, hey, this guy, naturally he jumps quite far, he's got a lot of power, he jumps very high, or endurance wise, he can go on forever, that kind of thing. So with the whole idea, the whole picture, hopefully parents can get a better picture of what they can enroll their child in. Yeah.
So it's like an assessment thing.
Something like that. Yeah.
Like sport assessment, but in a very fun way.
Oh,
Yeah, very engaging way.
okay.
Yeah, it's quite fun. It's quite fun. Yeah. So I think one challenge that we had was how do we assess children at this age
Yeah, lor.
but
Because I'm just thinking from a
Yeah.
psychological point of view, they will be. I don't know whether they'll be affected or not. It's like, oh, my jumping not so good.
precisely, and then you will like stay with you.
Yeah, for the rest of
stigma
your
for the
life.
rest of their life, But I think what we always paint to the parents is like, it's not that, oh, you're very good at this, you must do this, or they will be good at it forever. No lah. I think it's just what they're more inclined towards.
Yeah.
Maybe if you really want to, you can explore a certain area, a certain sport, based on what we see, what we observe. They really like to kick a ball, they hate dribbling a ball with their hands. Maybe you want to explore soccer, that kind of thing. Maybe 10 years later they go back basketball, you don't know lah, right?
Yeah, correct.
But hopefully they can make. But just at the point of time, they can make a more informed choice of a certain sports that that they want the child to do. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, that's cool.
Any last words from any of you guys? Gerann, anything to add?
Nothing. Hopefully, we can reach out to more kids lah.
Yeah. I think it's a very good.
That's what we wanted to do since the start. To really show them that it's a different platform, new avenues for them to try things and try everything first lah.
Yeah,
Before you
correct.
decide to do something.
Yeah.
That's what I really
Wow,
wanted to do.
it's a very good point. Try everything first.
Try everything first. Wow.
Yeah.
So where can interested parents find you guys? On social media or on website?
We are on Instagram, Facebook, at Infiniti Kids, right? So,
and Infiniti Kids.
TikTok
Oh,
also,
okay.
TikTok also.
TikTok
TikTok
also.
got TikTok.
Wow.
recently.
Jump on the TikTok bandwagon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can contact us at our website.
InfinityKids.org.
.org.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
right.
can.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we had a very good time talking with Infiniti Kids. So we're very thankful that they're here. And so stay tuned for more episodes. I think if you need more information, you can always contact us or
Remember, it's infinitykids.org.
Yeah, correct. Thank you. We'll see you
Guys.
again.